up, church, it wasn't a major part of my life. It was just something that I heard people, they just went to, but my family, we didn't do that. I found that whenever I went to church, I didn't get anything from it, so I just stopped going at a young age, and I found my connection in sports. I just started playing baseball at such a young age, and that's all I cared about. I didn't care about school, girls, anything like that, nothing. All I wanted to do was play baseball, and that was the way to escape for me. Sports were an outlet, just baseball, that's all I wanted to do. I didn't care about anything, and I started realizing that people in my neighborhood, all I saw was drugs and sex and fighting, and I didn't want to do that. And I didn't go to church to get away from that. I just went to the baseball field, and that's how I took my mind off of it. But also my relationship with my brother, he was like my best friend. I looked up to him so much, and I realized that I wanted to be like him. And he didn't do any of that. He was like the leader of our neighborhood, and he always told me that, hey, you gotta stay on track to get out of here, go to college, just play sports. Don't fall into what everybody else is doing, because you're gonna be either dead or in jail, and you don't want that. And so after I saw him graduate college, I just thought that was amazing. I wanted to be like that in that aspect, but not in the religious sense. I would see him praying. He'd always close his eyes and put his hand over his eyes. I just thought that was stupid. I was like, why are you doing that? He'd do that for everything he did. I just thought it was dumb. I was like, I don't want to be like him in that sense, because I was like, I tried to talk to God, but he didn't talk back. So I just brushed it off. I wasn't worried about that. Whatever happens, happens. I control my destiny. Once he moved off to go to law school, I realized that I missed him, and that, wait a minute, the praying thing, that may be something I should do. And I started going to church, but I was going to church for the wrong reasons. I was going with girls that I liked, their friends, and I wasn't listening to the message. I wasn't focused on hearing the word or trying to build a relationship with Jesus. It was just to impress friends or say that, hey, I'm in church, so I can do whatever I want to. One night, I was going to church with a friend. Crazy thing is, he was actually an atheist. And he was going to go out there, and just like the weeks previous, he would make fun of the preacher. He didn't like anything the preacher said. He didn't believe it. It was contradictory. The preacher's hypocritical, was stupid. He would just laugh at the preacher. And so I was sitting there at a red light. We were listening to rap music in a nice car. We had no care in the world. And I seen an 18-wheeler come up behind me. And I was like, that guy's gonna hit us. And he's like, no, shut up, man, shut up. We're not gonna get hit. He's gonna stop, don't worry. And so he stops. And we're sitting there just listening to music. The 18-wheeler backs up, pulls forward, hits me. I was like, I told you. And so I was trying to get out of the car, and no damage right there. And then he backs up and he hits me again. I was like, what is this guy doing? I was like, does he not realize he's hitting their car? There's people in this car. So I'm finally getting out of the car, and he backs up, hits me again, and he pushes me out to the highway, and I almost get T-boned by another car. And after that, I realized the car almost came and T-boned me. That probably would have killed me right there. And I started thinking, while I was sitting in the emergency room that night, I was like, I have no scratches, no scars, no nothing, no broken bones. I was like, I'm healthy. I was like, I have a purpose. I was like, Jesus has a purpose for me. That night I prayed, and Psalms 27:1 is the verse that caught me. The Lord is my light and my strength. Whom shall I be afraid? And after that, I cut ties with my atheist friend, and I wanted to live for Jesus. It got tough. It was very tough. It wasn't smooth sailing after I got saved. It's an uphill battle. I get picked on for my faith. Been called names, everything. People try to argue with me about what I believe and tell me I'm stupid for how I think, and that God's not real because he hasn't worked in their life, and mine was just a coincidence. It was luck. I don't believe that. I think that Jesus has a purpose for all of us. What's crazy is my friend that actually was in the car with me, I just recently found out that he now believes in Christ, and he's a follower, so now we can fellowship, we can love the Lord together. And I think that anybody who's struggling, just becoming saved or don't know their purpose, you can just find that fellowship with friends. I got 2 friends making the video that I can fellowship with, and you just got to find that group that's positive and that's God-fearing, they're living for the Lord. And just pray, and God's going to guide you. He's going to take you where He wants you and where you need to be.